Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Well, thank you for joining us for the second half of the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. We're for over 6 years. That's right, over 6 years now. Gino and I have had the pleasure to join you every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., sharing with you what you need to know, want to know, should know about real estate, finance, and so much more. We're talking about what's going on in our community, but also how to guide you to personal financial wellness.
Yeah, and we've done that. You know, you mentioned our community, Don. Let's bring that up for a second. We are involved in a tremendous amount of charity projects.
And almost every a couple per month, it seems like.
And we do that because we want to support our community. We think it's absolutely critical. In fact, almost all of our guests are involved in the community in some way, shape, or form because we want to be involved with people that give back.
Right.
And so I just wanted to bring that up. We don't have an event to promote this time, miraculously.
We just had like 3 back-to-back-to-back and 3 before that back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah,
so.
I think that nobody's planning any during summer because you can't get anybody to show up.
Yeah, it's lava land. And sorry, I know it's hot today, so hopefully you're inside listening to our show. We're nicely, air conditioned. In fact, join us right here at our very beautiful air conditioned studio right here, the Vault Media Studio at Skyline Home Loans. I mean, we're located right off Attorney Road, right off of Magic Mountain Parkway. We've been here. Skyline Home Loans been around since 1985, not the new kids in the block. I know I've been in the industry since 87, so I've been around for quite a while, and we love what we do. We truly do. Gina and I put in 70, 80 hours a week just loving helping you with either your first-time purchase, your next purchase, refinancing, strategizing how to handle your debts, how to lower your term, how to retire. You name it, we pretty much have the resources to assist you.
Tax strategies, all kinds of things.
Now, we don't give you tax advice.
No, we give you tax strategies that you should check with your CPA.
Bingo. Just clarifying.
All right.
Disclosure, sorry. The little disclosure voice came out.
And I didn't even say it all fast.
I know. But we do try to guide you to the right people who can guide you down the right path. And that could be, estate planning, financial planning, insurance planning, college planning. You name it, we got it.
Yeah, so let's jump in real quick to what we do every day because we do mortgages every day. That's something we don't talk about enough. And one thing that I really want to debunk some myths on as well, we already did VA loans, but it's down payment assistance and ways to get into homes for first-time home buyers. Don't be scared. Find a way in right now. When most of us bought our first homes, we paid somewhere between 6 and 10 or 12 or 14%, some people.
Right.
And it still was a fantastic thing that they bought their home.
Yeah, mine was 7 3/4 on the first and like 12% on the second.
Yeah, I had like 6.
But I was so excited to get into a home, and it was great.
Yeah, and I had like 6 7/8 on my first, and I can't even remember 9% on my second. I wish that I had the opportunity to purchase with the rates where they were today.
You kidding?
I did. I did very well, so I have no complaints. But obviously, could have done much better if I would have been able to take advantage.
Well,
of it.
and a lot of you out there, this segment's about convincing a lot of you that you should be looking into home ownership and not renting. One, we always tell you that those who are homeowners have a 46 times greater net worth than those who rent. And there's nothing like home ownership, and the best, forced savings account in the world is home ownership.
Yeah, and then one other thing to take into consideration about home ownership: the younger you are when you buy, the better it is long term. So there's the thing called the time value of money and compound appreciation. Those are the two things you're going to take advantage of with home ownership. So you want to get in as early as possible. That's one of the major factors, one of the big tips, right? So if you're in your 60s and you're thinking about buying your first home, I don't know, let's talk about that. But if you're in your 20s and you want to buy your first home, don't even think twice, just do it.
There you go. And the other piece, I kind of sidetracked myself, but you were mentioning where interest rates are when we first purchased our homes to where they are now, and you wish we could purchase at where interest rates are now, which are at historical lows. And I remember seeing a report that basically took what you were paying 20 years ago versus what you're paying now, and with interest rates now and inflation and all, believe it or not, it's cheaper to own a home now than it was 20 years ago.
Sure, because
the rates are so low.
Well, interest rate is the number one determining factor in the cost of home ownership.
Right.
It's not the price of the house. So even if the prices seem expensive, the only thing that you should be concerned about is down payment to make sure that you're able to acquire that. And here's another myth we're going to debunk. You don't need 20% down. You don't
No?
need 20% down.
No, that's
And
what all the books
Let
say.
me say it again. You don't need 20% down.
No. What about 10%?
Nope.
5?
5 gets you good stuff, but you could do it with 3.5.
We just had a segment where you can get in for 0 for our vets.
You can get in for 0 and not be a vet.
How about that? See, I teach you all up. He did good. You know? You're all ready for it. He sat there with his bat all swinging, ready to go. Of course, I put it on a tee.
Yeah. So I'm good at T-ball. Is that what you're saying? But the reality is, depending on your circumstances, depending on your income levels, depending on a number of factors, why you need a pro, and this is like the acronym capital of the world, right? You can get a CHADAP, a CHADAP, right? Down California assistance, down payment, yada yada, right? That's with a zip,
Right.
with an FHA zip. So, anyways, you
GSFA,
don't need GSFA,
MCC. We're going into a little bit of that.
yeah. So you don't need to know what all those mean.
We do.
Yeah. But the reality is you can get grants. You can get free money. This is one of the few places where you could pick up a free, I don't know, for argument's sake, let's just say a free 20 grand,
Right.
right? Or a free $15,000 towards the purchase of a home because you live in a state that has that capability. That's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah, it's a California grant program.
Yeah, it's awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, that program has a slightly more elevated interest rate, but I don't know about you. Would you pay an extra $40 a month if I could tell you could give $15,000 up front right now? Yeah, most of us would.
Oh, yeah, I'll sign up for that.
Right.
Well, especially if you couldn't. Now, what's nice is the other thing you should think about is like, okay, I don't know if I can buy. Well, you should look into it at least because we help a lot of you out there, and we love the reviews we get. And check out our reviews. Go to our Yelp and Yelp, Zillow, any of those. We have hundreds and hundreds of great reviews. But one of the things they really liked is that we help you plan, meaning maybe you're not ready today, but we can prepare you to be ready in the next, let's just say 6 months to a year to be a homeowner.
Well, one of the things that we see as a big mistake, especially with the first-time home buyer, is mortgage insurance.
Yep.
Right? When you're not putting 20% down, I can't believe how many people say, oh, I don't want to have mortgage insurance. I don't want to have mortgage insurance. I don't want to pay mortgage insurance. I hear that all the time. And the reality is mortgage insurance is your friend. It allows you to buy when you can't normally buy. So it's a great tool if you use it
back in the day
properly.
when there wasn't mortgage insurance, you needed at least 20% down.
Right,
Like
so
50 back in the day.
Also, if you make more than a certain amount of money and you exceed a certain threshold and MI is not deductible for you, then you need to apply a strategy that utilizes lender-paid mortgage insurance. That way, yes, are you going to have a higher interest rate? Sure. But all of that's going to be deductible. So you're not paying $500 a month towards mortgage insurance. It's not deductible.
Right.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many different ways. But yes, there are zero down programs. So I want you to walk away with that. There's zero down programs. You can get free money.
Yep.
Right? You can get actual grants. What else do we got? You can get an MCC credit. Now,
Yeah.
MCC credit's pretty tricky. MCC credit, if you're going to get an MCC credit, I want you to come into the office and understand all the pros and cons of an MCC credit. But it can save you as much as 1% to your interest rate.
Approximately.
As much as. Right? So it depends on your loan amount, depends on how much you're going to get. Depends
By
on your interest
utilizing the MCC credit.
Right. By
don't
the
get a
tax credit.
Right. You don't get a discount on your interest rate. Just clarifying that.
No, but you get a real tax deduction on your taxes.
Right.
So what we need to look at is, do you pay enough taxes to make it worthwhile? So be careful with that too. And we don't have this problem too much in Santa Clarita. But if you're listening to the show somewhere where homes are $200,000 and $250,000, when people tell you all the tax benefits of buying a home, there's not that many tax benefits of buying a home if you're buying a $200,000 house, because you don't pay enough interest to have it be a good deduction. So a good mortgage professional will be able to tell you if it's worthwhile and you're going to get a tax benefit.
Well, you were mentioning that a lot of you out there, I don't want to pay mortgage insurance. I need to save up 20% down. Well, here's what you're losing, which is say you put down 5% or whatever on a $400,000 home. That's 20 grand. And remember that $400,000 home right now for the last 5 years has been appreciating at over 6%, which just say 6% for a round number. That's $24,000 per year. And if you did that for the last 5 years, because you bought 5 years ago, you have over $100,000 in equity that you would not have had any other way.
So for argument's sake, let's say that cost you $400 a month in mortgage insurance. So what's 400 times 60? You paid $24,000 in mortgage insurance, and you got $100,000 in equity. I would do that every day of my life.
Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah.
All right, we're about to head into our final segment. We clarified a few things. All the resources we have, we'll clarify them one more time in the final segment. We talked about our vets being able to get into a home for as little as zero down or $0 out of their pocket. We talked about first-time homebuyer programs. All this handled very well by Skyline Home Loans. Find out more at SantaClaritaHomeLoan.com. Santa Clarita homeloan.com. You'll find a bunch of great professionals there. And then we're going to go into our final segment when we come back, talking about what's really happening in the real estate market today, because it changes weekly. Believe me, it changes all the time. And then we're going to give you some success tips on how to handle this crazy market we have, this tight market we have. We have some great success tips when we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We'll be right back.